So we're talking about New Year's resolutions, right? And really sticking to them and making them happen. There are a couple reasons why people usually don't follow through with their New Year resolutions. One, it's really bigger than just the resolution. It has to backtrack and kind of fall in line with your purpose. So because I'm a strategic planner and a strategic thinker, I always take a big goal and a big vision and I ask myself, how does this fit and how is it aligned with my purpose, right? So one, I take it back to my purpose and my mission and vision for my life. And so my New Year's resolution has to align with that. Two, I'm a big planner. I love to backwards plan. A lot of times we have these really big visions and really big goals, but we never figure out, okay, how am I gonna eat this humongous elephant one bite at a time? What is the plan? So you have to plan. Don't just throw out a goal. If your goal is to get in shape, put numbers to it, make it a SMART goal, and think about it throughout the year, and then break that down into months, and then break that down into weeks. And then you can see, wow, I really can do this. Another thing is you need accountability. You can't be the only one that holds your vision. Someone else who you trust needs to also carry that vision with you. The last part is dream big. A lot of times our resolutions aren't big enough, so we don't have enough inspiration to really go after them. If you want to just lose 5 pounds, I mean, honestly, you can go on a 2-week diet and do that. But if you want to start a, natural revolution and really change the way you eat and change the way your family eats, that's a whole nother beast and a whole nother goal. And so you have to set goals that are bigger than you've been setting and follow the rest of the steps. Hi, my name is Isi Aladejobi. What do I do? What don't I do? But let's just focus, right? I am the founder of Powerful Women Make Power Moves, which is a movement, a quarterly brunch series that really tells women, hey, look, you need to live your purpose and you need to make powerful decisions concerning your career, your business, and your life. We don't just talk about it, we are about it, and we're all about action, which I really feel sets us apart from a lot of the wonderful movements that are taking place. I am also a business and growth strategist to driven, hardworking, big thinking entrepreneurs. I write them strategic growth plans so that their businesses can grow and we can see a big increase in their profit. So sometime in April, one of my sisters said, hey, you should do a brunch. And I thought, I don't know. I was gonna get married in a couple months. I wasn't sure, but she said it. And for some reason, I felt really inspired. Took the idea, 6 weeks, ran with it, and this quarterly brunch series was birthed. And so the first brunch, there were about 75 young women. There were panelists, there was a keynote speaker in a beautiful space in DC, and it was awesome. And then we had our second event in November, and there were over 100 young women, and it was awesome. And we're seeing the fruits of the work. We see that young women are actually shifting their majors, pursuing the careers that bring them alive, going after projects that they felt they weren't powerful enough to go after. So we're really seeing, things happening, and it's really exciting. So the next one is in February, and then we have a big conference next June called Dare to Do, and it's just gonna be 2 days of workshops. Girls learning, women learning how to take action to make their biggest dreams come true, to go after and tackle those big time careers, and just really live lives that they love. Why women? Why not women, right? And so the society we live in, and men are awesome and important. And one thing that we talk about in our group, we never bash men. It's not a men versus women thing, but we know that naturally women don't feel empowered to do the things that are on their heart. A lot of times you don't see men brunches, right? Because men naturally take the lead and they just do whatever they want to do. But sometimes it takes women a reminder that they have something that's worth birthing, and they have purpose, and they have to live their purpose. And that's what we're big on. So we focus on women, but funny enough, there might be a male component birthed next year by my husband, because I've had a lot of young men ask, why not us? We need to be inspired too. So stay tuned. I'll give you a quick one. So one of my clients wants to hit 1 million in 12 months. And so we put together a strategic growth plan for the first 6 months, right? And we're like, well, how is this gonna happen? So what we'll do is we'll look at the business, we'll look at where they're struggling, where the profits are being leaked. And so we'll stop up those holes so that we can build something that'll generate revenue on top of that. And then we'll also look at, well, how they've made money in the past and how can we kind of supercharge those efforts. And then we'll also look for other opportunities and other revenue channels. In addition, we'll also look at ways that they can save money. Because I'm technologically savvy, I will plug them into processes and systems that will cause them to be more effective. So essentially, we'll put together this plan. And one thing I notice with CEOs, they have a lot of great ideas, but it's not on paper and they don't know how it'll be, executed. So what I do is I sit down with them and we talk about their big vision, like I talked about earlier. We backwards plan, and then we put things in place and we say, okay, month one, this is what we're attacking. We also pay attention to metrics and goals, and we look at our numbers to make sure we are hitting our target. So that's essentially what I do, and I love it. It's a lot of fun, and my clients are seeing a lot of great things happen in their business. That's it. I mean, do you want the short or the long, the medium?
Medium version.
The medium version. Who's Isi? So Isi is a young woman who is super passionate about living her God-given purpose. I really believe when everyone is doing what they are called to do on this earth, it's a much better place. And so I push people to take action, to do the things that they were called to do. You can't be complacent. You can't be all right with the norm. You can't be okay going to work and not really making an impact. You have to take a step back and say, why am I here and what is I called to do? For me, I speak about this passionately because it was my story. I started off the University of Maryland College Park as a bio major. I switched to public health. I thought communications, and I was really confused. But when the market started to crash and we went into a recession, I got really interested. I started to read. Side note, make sure you read all the time. And so I started to read and I realized I loved business. And that's where I started to see purpose birth. I worked in Australia for a summer. I went to New York. I won a national entrepreneurship competition and started a business. And things just started to move in place. And even after that, I taught, which seemed strange, but I knew my story was being built. I was really set on finding purpose, and I was okay with having a different type of path. I got a master's in education, and I taught at a top school in DC. And while I was journeying, I always knew there was more. I knew I loved entrepreneurship. I knew I loved digital marketing. I knew I loved business and growth, but I didn't know how it all fit together, and that was okay. And through a lot of prayer and through a lot of reading and a lot of asking myself questions and reflecting and taking action, right, I figured out, wait, this is where I'm supposed to be, working for myself, helping people grow businesses. I helped my mom start a business when I was 16. I didn't think anything of it, it just came naturally to me. But I started to really reflect and say, hey, these are where my strengths lie, and let me build something on top of that. I'm also a wife. I love my husband, his name is Jacob, and he really supports my dream, and that has been a blessing for me. I am a daughter of God. I love the Lord, and whenever I speak to people, I can't help but share that pursuing God has been the most important thing for me because it has revealed true purpose, and I don't have any purpose outside of that. So I do a lot of ministry and fundraising and teaching and mentoring. So that's a little bit about me. I love food. Anything else? Do I have resolutions? Funny enough, for 2016. So do I have resolutions? Funny enough, the way I work, I'm always reflecting on my character and who I am and where I want to be. So I wouldn't say for 2016 I have resolutions, but I do have 11 big goals that I want to see accomplished before the end of 2016. So I have 4 bigger goals, and then they're broken down into smaller goals. And now I'm in the process of strategically planning and laying out how I'll make it happen. So I don't do resolutions because, like a lot of people, I'll get excited for the first 6 weeks and I'll forget about it. But if I plan out what my entire year is gonna look like, how much money do I wanna make this year? What is Powerful Women gonna look like? And what kind of, things are we gonna see happen? Our group of 600 women, how is that gonna grow? And what is it gonna look like? I love to plan all that. And then week by week, month by month, I know what I need to do to make my goals a reality. So I don't do
one advice you gave to our viewers, and we're wrapping up the interview. Thank you so much again for
no problem.
being on the show. The new year for us, the whole platform of BSuper Entertainment is to create a positive platform where people get inspired, people get motivated, people get pushed to do whatever they want to do. As a matter of fact, I was pushed as a result of someone else's success to start on this, and I was like, you know what, I've been planning to do this, I'm going to just go ahead. But there's somebody out there watching this and they're thinking, okay, Casey, I hear what you're saying. As a matter of fact, all what you're saying is, I know this. What can you tell them to give them that to just go ahead and do it.
Yeah. Just do it.
Just
Right?
do it.
So it sounds funny, and we like to make things really complicated, and you can read books and you can seek advice, and you, like you said, so many people have the answers within them, right? And that's why a lot of times when I speak to people or I work with small business owners, it's a lot of pulling out their answers and laying it out. But what you need to do is you need to take stock of your life and say, are you happy? Satisfied? Is this where you want to be? If the answer to any of those questions is no, and you have something you want to do, then you just have to do it, right? You just literally have to wake up and say, today is the day where I start. You have to take some sort of action, even if it's really small. Don't wait for all your ducks to be in a row. Don't wait for everything in the world to be perfect. You know, a lot of times people start businesses and like, I need to do all these things. Take the steps you need to take, but then take action. So my biggest thing is just do it, because you never will if you don't.
Just do it.
Yeah, I know, very Nike, very like cliche.
I know.
But it's really the answer.
But that's true.
Yeah.
Just do it. Okay. Great stuff, Isi. Thank you so much
No
for being on the show. Can you tell our fans how to find you, how to connect with you, how to subscribe, or what, you know, can you tell them?
Sure. You can find me at a lot of places. You can find me on Twitter, Isi Memena. That's ISIMEMENA. I'm also on Instagram, on Facebook. I am Isi Aladejobi. I'm sure that we can share that information with you. But yeah, I would love to hear from you.
Sure, and we would have all her social media handles and ways to connect with her on the show, and also at the end of the show there's going to be a little link where you can actually go to her page and see what she does. Isi, thank you so much for being here.
Oh, no problem.
We hope to come and have brunch with you in February. And for all our female viewers that are watching, please make sure you sign up to Isi's what's it called? Power Brunch, right?
So it's powerfulwomenbrunch.com.
Okay, powerfulwomenbrunch.com. I've seen some of her videos on Facebook. By the way, she does this video blog thing on Facebook, and it's absolutely amazing. I think that's one of the ways I found about her, and it's mind blowing. You need to check it out. We're also going to put some links on the show so you can actually see what she does. So you know, guys, again, you know, as a matter of fact, I'm going to do this quickly. There's a statement we make on our show. It says, "Not all superheroes wear capes." What does that mean to you?
Not all superheroes wear capes. Actually, what it means to me is you'd be surprised where you find help, and you'd be surprised at the people that can help you. So be good to everyone.
Be good to
because you don't know the superpower that lies within a human being.
There we go.
And so by making the right connection and just being authentic and loving people, you know, that superhero can do something for you. So even though they're not wearing a cape, treat them right, because you never know.
Great stuff. You heard it from her. Treat me right. I can be your superhero. Just messing with me. Thank you so much. Could you tell the fans to watch the show, to watch the Bolade Ola-ojo show?
Make sure you watch the Bolade Ola-ojo show.
Here we go. Thank you so much, Isi. Thank you so much, Isi. Have a good one. Thank you so much.
You too.